Have you ever heard people call yogurt a superfood for your gut? And you believed it, just like I did. Every morning, I'd start my day with a cool, creamy cup of yogurt, sometimes topped with fresh strawberries, maybe a few slices of orange or a sprinkle of crunchy granola. I thought I was doing everything right, taking care of my body the healthy way. But then, something strange started happening. About 30 minutes later, I'd feel my stomach start to bloat. Some days I felt heavy, sluggish, like I'd just eaten a huge lunch instead of a light breakfast. And I'd think to myself, how could this be? Isn't yogurt supposed to be good for me? Turns out, I wasn't alone. One afternoon, I was catching up with some old friends when my dear friend Margaret, she's 72, walks every morning, and eats clean, leaned over and said, "Every time I eat yogurt with fruit, my stomach turns into a war zone. But I don't want to give it up. Everyone says yogurt is good for you, especially at our age." That moment sparked a journey. What I discovered changed everything. Yogurt isn't always good for you, especially when it's paired with the wrong foods. Some combinations that seem healthy on the outside can actually overload your digestive system, especially if your metabolism has slowed down with age. In today's video, you'll learn the most common yogurt mistakes people make, and why they can leave you feeling tired, bloated, or even sleepless. Which healthy foods might be destroying the good bacteria in your yogurt. And most importantly, the right way to enjoy yogurt so it actually supports your gut, boosts your energy, and leaves you feeling refreshed. If you've ever wondered why eating right still makes you feel wrong, this video is for you. Let's dive in together, and turn yogurt into a true friend for your body and your well-being, no matter your age. Why yogurt is called a gut hero, but not always. There's a reason yogurt is often called the quiet hero of gut health. With every spoonful, especially the plain, unsweetened kind, you're feeding your body millions of live bacteria, known as probiotics. These tiny warriors help balance your gut flora, support digestion, boost immunity, and even play a role in mood and sleep quality. When you're younger, you probably don't think twice about your digestion. But once you hit your 50s, 60s, and beyond, your body starts speaking up. Foods that used to sit just fine suddenly leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, or mysteriously tired after meals. I'll never forget my neighbor Steve. He's 67, funny as can be, and always full of metaphors. One day he told me, "My body's like a vintage car now, put the wrong fuel in, and it just stalls out." Every time he ate yogurt with a steak dinner, he'd wake up at 3 a.m. with his stomach gurgling and turning. But when he had a small bowl of plain yogurt with oatmeal in the morning, he felt light, calm, and energized all day. So what's going on here? The answer lies in how we pair our yogurt. You see, yogurt is a bit like a gentle medicine, powerful when used right, but unhelpful, even harmful, when combined the wrong way. Here's the simple truth I've learned. Not every healthy food is healthy in every situation. What matters is how, when, and with what we eat it, especially as our bodies change. That's why, to help you avoid the most common mistakes, we're going to start with one of the most surprising combinations. Fruit, especially citrus and melons. Mistake 1, combining yogurt with citrus fruits or melons. At first glance, fruit and yogurt seem like the perfect pair. You see them everywhere: strawberry yogurt, peach yogurt, blueberry parfaits at coffee shops. It looks healthy. It feels refreshing. But for many people, especially those over 50, this classic combo can be the source of unexpected digestive trouble. Here's why. Citrus fruits, like oranges, grapefruits, pineapples, and even some berries, are highly acidic. When you mix those acids with the dairy proteins in yogurt, it can cause the yogurt to curdle, not just in your bowl, but inside your stomach. And when that happens, digestion slows down. For some people, this leads to bloating, gas, or that all too familiar, heavy feeling that lingers for hours. Now let's talk about melons. Melons like watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew are fast-digesting fruits. Yogurt, on the other hand, takes its time. When you eat them together, the melon tries to move quickly through your digestive tract, but gets stuck behind the yogurt. The result? Fermentation, gas, and sometimes loose bowels. This isn't just modern nutrition talking. Ancient traditions like Ayurveda have long warned against combining dairy with fruits, especially for people with slower or more sensitive digestion. Let me share a real story. Margaret, the same friend I mentioned earlier, she used to love eating Greek yogurt with slices of grapefruit every morning. She thought it was the ultimate healthy breakfast. But almost daily, she ended up feeling nauseous, bloated, and just off. We took a chance. She swapped the grapefruit for a warm bowl of stewed apples with cinnamon. And within just a few days, her digestion changed completely. No more bloating. No more discomfort. Just comfort and clarity. The lesson here? Just because two things are healthy on their own doesn't mean they're healthy together. If you've been struggling with yogurt making you feel worse instead of better, this might be your first clue. So, what should you pair yogurt with instead? In the next part, we'll look at another surprising mistake. Eating yogurt alongside meat or high-protein meals. You might be doing this without realizing just how hard it's making your digestion work. Let's take a closer look. Mistake 2. Pairing yogurt with meat or eggs. This next one might surprise you, because it's a mistake that often hides in plain sight. Many of us think of yogurt as a light and healthy addition to our meals. A dollop of yogurt next to roasted chicken, a spoonful with spicy lamb, or even yogurt-based sauces with grilled meat, it all sounds delicious. But here's the issue, yogurt is already a protein-rich food. When you combine it with another heavy protein source like beef, pork, chicken, or even eggs, you're asking your digestive system to do double duty, especially as we age. Let me explain. Protein takes longer to digest and requires strong stomach acid to break down properly. When you eat two dense protein sources together, like meat and yogurt, your stomach has to work overtime. The food stays there longer, fermentation can occur, and that's when we start feeling heavy, bloated, or gassy. Sometimes even sluggish or nauseous, hours after the meal is over. And there's more. That surge of stomach acid used to digest meat can actually destroy many of the probiotics in yogurt, making it far less effective. So not only are you overloading your gut, you're also canceling out the benefits of the yogurt in the first place. Let me share a story that really brought this to life. Robert, a kind gentleman from Wisconsin, wrote to me a while back. He loved having Greek yogurt as a side with his steak dinners. It was part of his clean eating routine, and he thought he was doing something good for his health. But every night, he'd feel off, tired, bloated, and just not quite right. When we chatted, I simply suggested one change: move the yogurt to earlier in the day, maybe as a morning or afternoon snack, away from heavy meals. He tried it, and within a few days, he sent me a message. I didn't realize how heavy I'd been feeling, until I stopped doing it. The lesson here? Even healthy foods can become a burden when we ask too much of our digestion, especially all at once. So if you're eating yogurt with your lunch or dinner and feeling sluggish afterward, your gut might be telling you something. And speaking of stress on the digestive system, in the next part, we're going to explore a common craving that might be silently sabotaging your gut when paired with yogurt. Spicy and fried foods. Let's talk about why that combination often backfires, and what to enjoy instead. Mistake 3. Mixing yogurt with spicy or fried foods. Now, let's talk about a combination that feels comforting, but often causes chaos in your gut. Yogurt paired with spicy or fried foods. I get it. There's something satisfying about that cool yogurt dip next to a spicy curry. Or maybe that creamy drizzle over a plate of fried samosas or falafel. The flavors balance each other on the tongue, heat and cool, crisp and smooth. But sadly, your digestive system doesn't experience that same harmony. Here's why. Spicy foods, think chili peppers, hot sauce, curry blends, can irritate the lining of your stomach. They speed up the digestive fire, so to speak. Meanwhile, yogurt is naturally cooling, calming, and even a little mucus-forming by nature. When you combine the two, your body gets mixed signals. Should it ramp up digestion or slow things down? Should it cool or heat? That confusion often results in bloating, indigestion, or a heavy, sluggish feeling not long after eating. And when you throw fried foods into the mix, foods already hard to digest because of the processed oils and heavy fats, you're adding even more weight to your system. Let me tell you about Gloria. She's 65, warm-hearted, and has a Friday night tradition she loves. Homemade fried samosas dipped in her favorite cucumber yogurt sauce. She told me, "It's my comfort food, it reminds me of family nights and good times. But I always wake up the next day feeling foggy, stiff, and like I need to skip breakfast." We didn't take away her Friday treat. We just rearranged it. Now she enjoys her samosas on their own, earlier in the evening, and saves her yogurt for a lighter, separate snack the next day. Her words after 1 week? "I didn't just feel better. I felt younger." The lesson? Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your body is give it one thing at a time, especially when it's already working hard. So if you're someone who enjoys a bit of heat or crunch now and then, there's nothing wrong with that. Just try letting your yogurt stand on its own, rather than asking it to fight a spicy or greasy battle it wasn't built for. Now that we've uncovered what not to do, you might be wondering, what should I eat with yogurt to make it truly healing and helpful for my gut? In the next part, we'll explore 3 food combinations that aren't just safe with yogurt, they actually amplify its benefits. Let's begin with one of the most comforting, nourishing pairings of all, warm, stewed apples with cinnamon. Mistake 4, eating yogurt at the wrong time of day. Sometimes, it's not what you eat, but when you eat it. Yogurt is gentle, cooling, and full of beneficial bacteria. But even the healthiest food can backfire if it's eaten at the wrong time. You see, our digestive system works like a rhythm, almost like a clock. In the morning and early afternoon, our metabolism is more active, stomach acid is stronger, and enzymes are ready to break things down. But in the evening, especially after sunset, digestion naturally slows. That's when yogurt, which is already cooling and heavy by nature, can become harder to process. Many people make the mistake of eating yogurt late at night. Maybe as a dessert, or because it feels light compared to a big meal. But what often follows? A bloated belly. Trouble falling asleep. A foggy, unsettled morning. I remember talking to Linda, a sweet woman in her early 60s, who used to enjoy a bowl of yogurt with berries before bed. It was her healthy treat after a long day. But every night, she'd wake up around 2 or 3 a.m., feeling restless or gassy. She thought it was just age, or stress. But we tried something simple. She moved her yogurt to the late morning, paired it with warm oats and a few cinnamon-stewed apples. And suddenly, her sleep improved. Her mornings felt clearer. No more 3 a.m. wake-ups. Just ease. The takeaway? Your body isn't just asking for healthy food. It's asking for the right food, at the right time. If you want to enjoy yogurt in a way that truly supports digestion, try having it as a mid-morning snack, after a light breakfast. With lunch, only if it's not heavy or meat-based. Or in the afternoon, paired with something soft and grounding like oats or cooked fruit. And if possible, avoid it late at night, especially right before bed. Now that we've talked about when to eat yogurt, it's time to clear up another source of confusion. What type of yogurt should you actually be eating? Because not all yogurts are created equal, and choosing the wrong one might be holding you back from the real benefits. Let's compare Greek, regular, and non-dairy yogurts next, and find what works best for you. The Yogurt Showdown, Greek versus regular versus non-dairy. Not all yogurts are created equal. Walk down any grocery store aisle these days and it can feel overwhelming. Greek yogurt. Regular yogurt. Almond yogurt. Coconut yogurt. Soy yogurt. Low fat, full fat, no fat. With fruit, without fruit. How do you know which one is actually right for your body? Let's make it simple. Greek yogurt, thick, tangy, protein-rich. Greek yogurt is strained to remove much of the whey, making it thicker and creamier than regular yogurt. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and often easier to digest for people with mild lactose sensitivity. This makes it a great option for people who want to feel fuller longer. Those managing blood sugar. Adults 50+ who need more protein to maintain muscle and energy. My friend Daniel, who's 70 and recently started strength training again, switched from regular yogurt to plain Greek yogurt. He stirs in some chia seeds, a bit of cinnamon, and says it keeps him energized until lunchtime. It's like fuel for my morning, he told me. Regular yogurt, softer, milder, more common. Regular yogurt has a thinner texture and slightly sweeter taste, even when plain. It usually contains less protein than Greek, but a bit more calcium. This may work better for people with very sensitive digestion. Those who don't need as much protein. Anyone who prefers a lighter texture or taste. But one thing to watch out for, added sugar. Flavored yogurts, even ones labeled low-fat, often hide a lot of sugar, which can cancel out the benefits of the probiotics. Non-dairy yogurt, friendly for some, but not always functional. Non-dairy yogurts, made from almond, coconut, soy, or oat, are a blessing for people who are lactose intolerant or vegan. But here's what many don't realize. Most non-dairy yogurts don't naturally contain probiotics. They need to be fortified, which not all brands do. And because these yogurts are often made with starches and thickeners, they can be harder to digest for some people, especially if your gut is already sensitive. My neighbor Carol tried switching to coconut yogurt, hoping it would help with her stomach issues. But after a few days of bloating, we checked the label. It had no active cultures and lots of fillers. She went back to Greek yogurt, added just a splash of oat milk to soften it, and her digestion improved within days. The lesson here? The right yogurt isn't about the label, it's about what works best with your body, your digestion, and your daily rhythm. So next time you shop, take a moment to check. Does it have active live cultures? Is it plain and unsweetened? Does it make you feel energized, not heavy? And now that you've got the right type and timing in mind, let's move on to the best part. What are the best foods to pair with yogurt to truly help your gut thrive? In the next section, we'll dive into 3 gentle, nourishing combinations, starting with a warm, soothing favorite, cooked apples with cinnamon. 3 best foods to pair with yogurt for better digestion. So far, we've talked about what not to eat with yogurt. Now it's time for the good news. There are simple, wholesome foods that not only pair beautifully with yogurt, they actually make it work better for your gut. These are foods that are gentle, warming or easy to digest, naturally supportive of probiotics. Let me share with you 3 of my favorite combinations, ones I've seen bring real comfort and healing to many people over the years. 1. Cooked apples with cinnamon, a warm hug for your gut. Raw fruit can be tough on the stomach, especially as we get older. But gently cooked apples, softened on the stove with a sprinkle of cinnamon, create a soothing, fiber-rich blend that your gut will love. Apples contain pectin, a natural prebiotic that feeds the good bacteria in yogurt. Cinnamon helps reduce inflammation and keeps blood sugar steady. There's also something emotional about it. The smell of warm apples and cinnamon brings you back to simpler times, childhood kitchens, crisp autumn mornings, moments when food felt like love. My dear friend Diane, now 71, told me she used to eat yogurt with fresh berries every morning, until it started causing bloating. She tried switching to stewed apples with cinnamon and yogurt, and within a week, her digestion completely shifted. It was like my body exhaled, she said. And honestly, it just made me happy. 2. Ground flax or chia seeds, tiny seeds, big impact. These tiny superfoods are loaded with fiber, omega-3s, and gentle cleansing power. Ground flaxseed helps reduce gut inflammation and promotes regularity. Chia seeds, when soaked, form a gel-like texture that soothes the digestive tract and supports healthy elimination. Plus, both are prebiotics, meaning they feed the good bacteria in yogurt and help them thrive. One of our viewers, Thomas, 68 and recovering from years of gut discomfort, started adding ground flax to his evening bowl of yogurt. Within 3 days, he was less bloated, more regular, and even sleeping better. I felt lighter. Not just in my body, but in my head, too. A little goes a long way. 1 tablespoon is all you need. Stir it in, let it sit a few minutes, and you've got a mini gut repair kit. 3. Cooked or soaked oats, a prebiotic powerhouse. Oats are comforting, filling, and full of beta-glucan, a special kind of fiber that strengthens immunity and lowers cholesterol. But most importantly, oats are a fantastic prebiotic. They help probiotics do their job. The key is to cook or soak them, especially for older digestion. Raw oats can be hard and heavy. But warm oatmeal or overnight oats soaked in yogurt? That's a dream for your gut. Evelyn, from Michigan, gave up on oats for years because they made her bloated. We switched her to cooked oats, cooled slightly, then mixed with yogurt, stewed apples, and a dash of cinnamon. Not only did my stomach calm down, she said, but my energy came back. The simple truth is, when you give yogurt the right companions, it doesn't just nourish your gut, it nourishes your whole body. So the next time you open a container of plain yogurt, think of it like a blank canvas. Add warmth. Add fiber. Add foods that love your gut as much as you do. And now that we've explored how to build the perfect yogurt pairing, let's go one step further. In the next section, we'll compare 2 of the most powerful gut-friendly seeds out there, chia and flax, and help you decide which one's best for you. Tiny seeds, big difference. Let's take a closer look. Tiny seeds, huge benefits, chia versus flax, which one wins? Sometimes, the most powerful health boosters come in the smallest packages. Chia seeds and flax seeds may not look like much, tiny, quiet, easy to miss, but don't be fooled. These little seeds carry a powerhouse of benefits, especially for digestion, heart health, and energy in your later years. But which one is better for you? Let's look at what makes each of them special, and how you can decide which one belongs in your yogurt bowl. Flaxseed, gentle cleanse and hormonal harmony. Flax seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to reduce inflammation throughout the body, especially in the gut. They also contain a unique antioxidant called lignans, which may help balance hormones and support heart health. This can be especially helpful for women going through menopause or dealing with hormonal shifts after 50. Another benefit? Flax is one of the best plant-based sources of soluble fiber, which supports regular bowel movements and helps sweep your digestive tract gently. But here's the catch. Whole flax seeds often pass through undigested. To get the benefits, they need to be ground. Just a tablespoon a day mixed into your yogurt is enough. Chia seeds, soothing gel and steady energy. Chia seeds are a bit different. When soaked, they form a gel-like texture that gently coats and soothes your digestive lining. For anyone dealing with constipation or irregular digestion, that gentle action can feel like relief in a spoon. They're also rich in fiber, plant-based protein, calcium, and magnesium, all important for maintaining energy, bone strength, and mood as we age. And the best part? You don't have to grind them, just soak them in yogurt or water for a few minutes, and they're ready to go. I once worked with a man named Alan. He was 66, a retired teacher who struggled with sluggish digestion for years. He started making a simple breakfast: plain yogurt, a spoonful of chia, a drizzle of honey, and a few soft oats. I felt more awake, he said. Not just in my gut, but in my mind, too. So, which one wins? Honestly, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. If you need hormone support, want more omega-3s, or like a nutty flavor, go with ground flaxseed. If you're looking to ease constipation, soothe digestion, or enjoy a softer texture, try chia seeds. And if you're feeling adventurous, alternate between both during the week. They each bring something beautiful to the table, and to your gut. The takeaway? Healing doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, it's just one little seed at a time. So now that you know how to choose the best seed for your body, let's zoom out a little. What would a full day of yogurt habits look like, done the right way? In the next part, I'll walk you through a step-by-step daily yogurt routine that supports your gut, fits your lifestyle, and brings ease to every meal. Let's build your personal yogurt rhythm. Top 3 yogurt myths that could be damaging your health. Sometimes, it's not just what we don't know that causes trouble, but what we think we do know. Over the years, I've heard so many people, friends, clients, even doctors, repeat certain facts about yogurt that sound healthy on the surface, but actually do more harm than good. So let's clear the air and look at 3 of the biggest yogurt myths that could quietly be holding your health back. Myth number 1, fruit plus yogurt equals the perfect healthy combo. We've talked about this earlier, but it bears repeating. Sure, fruit and yogurt look beautiful together in a bowl or parfait. But certain fruits, especially citrus or melons, can clash with the proteins and probiotics in yogurt. The result? Curdling in the stomach, gas, bloating, and sometimes even nausea. It's one of the most common combinations I see people struggle with, thinking they're doing everything right, but feeling worse. Better option: stewed apples, pears, or soft cooked berries. Warm and easy on the gut. Myth number 2, frozen yogurt is just as healthy. This one breaks my heart a little, because I love frozen yogurt as much as anyone. But most frozen yogurts are packed with added sugar, artificial flavors, and barely any live cultures by the time they hit your spoon. Once the yogurt is heavily processed and frozen, many of the natural probiotics die off. And the sugar spike? It feeds the bad bacteria in your gut, not the good ones. Better option: if you crave a cool treat, try freezing plain Greek yogurt at home with some cinnamon and stewed fruit. It's not soft serve, but your belly will thank you. Myth number 3, the sweeter, the better. This one is subtle, and very common. You walk into the store, see a yogurt labeled low-fat vanilla or blueberry swirl, and it feels healthy. But flip the container around and look at the label, you might find 15 to 20 grams of sugar in one small cup. That's nearly 5 teaspoons. Not only does this reduce the benefits of the probiotics, but it also triggers blood sugar spikes and gut imbalances, especially in people over 50. Better option: choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and sweeten it naturally with cooked fruit, cinnamon, or a light drizzle of raw honey. I remember a woman named Sandra. She was 63 and trying so hard to eat clean. She had yogurt every morning, faithfully. But she couldn't understand why her digestion was still off and her energy so low. When we looked closer, she had been eating flavored yogurt loaded with sugar and pairing it with orange slices. A few simple swaps: plain yogurt, warm apples, and a spoonful of chia, and everything changed. I thought I was doing it right, she said. Now, I feel the difference. The lesson? Marketing can be misleading, but your body never lies. When you start noticing how foods make you feel, not just how they look or what the label says, that's when true healing begins. And now that we've cleared up the myths, you might be wondering, how do I put all this into practice? What does a healthy yogurt routine actually look like in a real day? In the final section, I'll walk you through a simple, step-by-step plan to build your own gut-friendly yogurt rhythm, from morning to night. Let's bring it all together. How to build a gut-friendly yogurt routine, step-by-step plan. Now that you've learned what to avoid, what to embrace, and how your body changes with time, it's time to put it all together. Because good health doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in small, daily choices, quiet routines that build strength from the inside out. So let me walk you through a gentle, gut-loving yogurt routine that you can start as soon as tomorrow morning. Simple. Nourishing. Sustainable. Sun morning, 8 to 10 a.m. fuel with warmth and fiber. Start your day with calm, steady energy. Instead of reaching for cold yogurt straight from the fridge or pairing it with citrus fruit, try this. Half a cup plain Greek yogurt. 1 to 2 tablespoons of warm stewed apples. A sprinkle of cinnamon. 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed or soaked chia seeds. If you like a heartier breakfast, stir it into cooked or overnight oats. This combo warms your gut, feeds good bacteria, and keeps you full for hours. My friend Laura, 69, told me she used to skip breakfast or grab whatever was quick. But now, she starts her day with this bowl. It's like a morning reset button, she said. I feel grounded, not rushed. Herb midday, 12 to 2 p.m. Skip the yogurt if you're having meat. If lunch includes meat, eggs, or heavy protein, it's best to keep yogurt out of the meal. Let your stomach focus on digesting one protein at a time. But if you're having something light, like a veggie soup or grain bowl, you can enjoy a small portion of yogurt on the side, maybe with a bit of cucumber or mint for cooling. Sun behind small cloud afternoon snack, 3 to 5 p.m. light, soothing, balanced. This is a perfect window to enjoy yogurt on its own, when digestion is still active but you need a little energy boost. Try. Half a cup plain yogurt. A drizzle of raw honey. A few soaked chia seeds or soft berries. Optional, a handful of soft cooked oats. It's a peaceful moment in your day, and your gut will thank you. Crescent moon evening, after 7 p.m. Pause the yogurt. At night, your digestion slows down, and yogurt, while healthy, can feel heavy if eaten too late. If you're still hungry after dinner, go for something like warm herbal tea, a small piece of cooked fruit, or a bit of almond milk with cinnamon. Let your body rest. Let your gut rest. That's part of healing, too. The takeaway? When yogurt is eaten with care, with the right foods, in the right moments, it becomes more than just a snack. It becomes a quiet form of nourishment. And here's a gentle reminder I often share. Your gut doesn't need perfection. It just needs kindness, patience, and consistency. So as you step into your kitchen tomorrow, I hope you do so not with stress or confusion, but with a little more confidence, and maybe a spoonful of peace. Blossom final words, outro transition. If today's message resonated with you, if you learned something new, or simply felt heard, I'd love for you to share this video with a friend, a sibling, or anyone quietly struggling with their digestion. Because the truth is, food can be medicine. But only when we know how to listen. Until next time, take care of your gut, and it will take care of you.